idea. They want them to make kind of austerity cuts, I suppose, in a similar way that's been happening in this country. And so there's a kind of standoff, and it doesn't really bode well. I think some people think that definitely there's going to be a kind of splitting of the euro, and that, I mean, what's been levelled against Greece is that the reason why their economy is so bad is because people weren't paying their taxes properly. So there's a whole load of issues in there. Mm-hmm. But what do you feel about, don't know how much you know about the subject, but what do you feel about Greece pulling out of the euro? How do you think it might affect the eurozone and the euro in general, and how do you think it may affect us here in Britain, if at all?
I'm not sure about the questions that you're asking, to be honest, because I think we need to look at it from a slightly different perspective. Yeah. I'm interested in how Greece has been kind of left in this way to kind of and this issue be dragged on for such a long time. Mm. Quite seriously, you know, you have debts to pay. We all have debts to pay. Mm. The country has debts to pay. You know, so Europe is treating Greece in a very interesting way, and I think one of the reasons for that is that, you know, if we look at the history of Greece, we can talk about kind of, you know, classical Greek civilization and ancient Rome and ancient Greece. And how important all of this is, you know. And I wonder to the extent to which we would treat African and Caribbean countries with the same level of tolerance. And I think clearly, I mean, obviously this is the United Nations we're talking about, so, you know, who's in Europe and all, who's part of the Euro. But I think just comparing and contrasting how Greece is treated in comparison to how some African and Caribbean countries are treated is interesting.
Because they've been given quite a lot of different chances, I suppose,
Absolutely.
if you were looking at it in that respect.
Absolutely, and maybe we need to maybe ask ourselves, why is that? Why is this kind of special treatment happening for Greece?